Hey teachers! Welcome to my free webinar. I'm so excited for y'all to be here today. My name is Kara Rickman and I am the founder of Create Your Balance with Literacy. And welcome to Cross-Curricular Fun for April. Can you believe that it's already going to be April? I just cannot believe that oh my gosh, this year has just flown by. And happy spring! Happy spring to everyone! So if you are just now hopping on, come on in. Hey Jill, so glad you're here. Hey Debbie, so glad you're here. And tell us where you're from and tell us what grade you teach. Hey Janina, she says, how is your weekend going? Well, my weekend is pretty good. I am decorating my house for Easter right now, so I'm in the middle of putting my St. Patrick's stuff away and then putting out my Easter decorations. So I'm excited about that. So I have a lot of great things to tell y'all today. A lot of exciting things. First of all, I am having a flash sale. Okay. So over $30 deals are available for you guys today. And I've already put a link in the comments where it says flash sale. So if you need anything that I am sharing with you today, okay, most of everything is for $1. Okay, that's a good deal, right? So all the Easter things that I'm going to be sharing with you, most of the rainforest things, life cycle things that I'm going to be sharing with you are at only $1. So if you click on the link in the comments and check it out, there's over $30 deals, okay, for April, okay? So I just wanted to tell you all about that. It's only going to be for today only. So if you want any of the dollar deals, snag them for today. And then tomorrow they're going to be back to normal price. Okay? So the next thing I am so excited about is that I'm giving a back to school boot camp in July. And I would love for you guys to be a part of it. So you will get lesson plans with objectives, suggested mentor text, anchor charts, differentiated interactive notebooks, and how to teach the I do, we do, and you do, the gradual release of responsibility. And this training includes videos that I will walk you through step by step for the first 10 days for reading, writing, math, science, social studies, and phonics. Okay? Also included in the training are videos for my classroom setup, how I set up my classroom, how I organize it, my classroom systems, all of my different organizational tips and tricks, plus building relationships with my students and parents, how I create my Meet the Teacher night, and how I do my newsletters, how I do my morning meetings with my grade 8 skills, and also launching literacy centers from day one, okay? So this is going to be all kind of the same as last year. It's going to be a little different, whereas I will have separate modules for each training. So you can choose which training that you specifically want to get. Okay, so if you're departmentalized and you don't teach math and you only want the reading, you can only sign up for the reading. Okay, if you only teach reading, if you teach math and you don't teach reading, then you can only sign up for the math or phonics, or if you only need classroom setup. Okay, so whatever you need, each module is $5. Okay, now I already have a link in the comments for you guys if you'll scroll all the way up. So if you go up to the bootcamp waitlist in the comments, and if you want to sign up on my waitlist, okay, if you sign up for my wait list, I will send you an email closer to the time, because I'm going to be giving a Facebook Live all about my boot camp, okay? If you show up to the Facebook Live, you might be able to win a free module, okay? Then you can, sign up for whatever module that you want to. So don't forget to click the link in the in the comments below. I was just recording my podcast the other day, and so I'm just used to saying show notes. So if you love everything that I'm teaching you today, stay tuned to the end, because you could have a chance to join my Cross-Curricular Connections membership subscription, where all of these lesson plans are already made for you. So you can take back your weekends and you don't have to have night sweats about lesson planning. Seriously, okay? So stay tuned to the end because I have a special offer for you if you're willing to join. And then everything that I'm sharing with you today is all in the membership, okay? So let's see. Janina says, I've already signed up on the wait list. I was so excited that you were doing it again this summer. Yay, Janina, that's awesome. Hey, Melissa, how are you? I'm so glad you're here. Hi, Mom, I'm so glad you're here. So thank you guys for showing up today. This is exciting news too. So this is a webinar series, and I'm going to be giving another Cross-Curricular Fun for May. At the end of April, it's going to be April the 27th, and this is going to be all about May. So I'm going to share with you my fairy tale unit in writing, my oceans and beach and sea life, rocks and fossils, Mother's Day activities, Hans Christian Andersen, and then end of the year activities with my memory book. So stay tuned for that, okay? If you're commenting today, you could win one of these 4 resources for your classroom. I'm going to pick 3 winners, okay? You could win Almost Gone, which is my endangered animal research and writing unit. It has all my lap books in here for endangered animals. That's a perfect unit to do in April. Or you could win my project-based learning, What If Everyone Did That unit, my PBL learning for recycling. Or you could win my rainforest research thematic unit. These all have lesson plans. They all have anchor charts. They all have interactive notebooks. They all have writing craftivities. Or you could win How Does Your Garden Grow, which is my thematic unit on plants. Okay? So if you're commenting today, okay, keep those comments coming because you could win one of these free resources. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and choose a winner today, and it's going to be Jill. Hey, Jill. Jill Missy. Congratulations, Jill. So you can choose, tell me which one of these you would like, okay? Thank you for coming to my webinar. I'm so excited to have you guys here. So, units for April. You can do Earth Day, of course, because Earth Day is in April. Easter, life cycles, plants, persuasive writing, insects, Patricia Polacco or Eric Carle, endangered animal research, and fractions for math, okay? Now, I'm not saying that you have to do all of these, but you can pick and choose which one you like the best. So I'm going to start with Patricia Polacco, okay? So Patricia Polacco has some great stories, especially for April. So one of my favorite stories that I love to read are Chinka's Eggs and Thunder Cake. I love these 2 books. Those are one of my favorites. You can read Babushka's Doll, and Because of Thursday, Mrs. Mack, Mr. Lincoln's Way, Thank You, Mr. Falker, Just Plain Fancy, and Pink and Say. So I have an author center in my room that I change out. So if you have an author center, you can switch it out every month. And this is what I do. I copy the covers of the books and I laminate them. And then I have a bulletin board that I put all of the covers on, and then plus her picture and her name. And then I put books underneath the author center that the kids can read, and then they can fill out a template at the author center that talks about the author, and then they can draw her picture. So these are some craftivities that I have invented, that I have created for Patricia Polacco. For Chinka's Eggs, you can do How to Dye an Easter Egg. So this is one of the dollar deals that are in the flash sale. And then if you want to do Thunder Cake, here's my Thunder Cake project for the different kinds of clouds. You can make a project with cotton balls, and you could have nimbus clouds, stratus clouds, cumulus clouds, cirrus clouds, okay? Then you can do those with the cotton balls. Or if you want to actually make a cake, you can bake one at home and then have the kids eat one in your classroom. You can have them show a video of you making the cake at home, or you can show a different video on YouTube of how to make a cake, and then they write about it first, then next, last, and finally. And then they're going to make a thunder cake, and then the topper shows the actual cake that was in the story. Pretty cool. Okay? These are some interactive notebooks for Patricia Polacco. Here's my thunder cake text to self, text to text, text to world. Here are Rachinka's eggs for theme. Here is the template about how to dye Easter eggs. This is the template that I use for the project, for the craftivity. And then the Thunder Cake story elements right here. Okay. Now I'm going to upload this webinar in the Facebook group at the end. So you can click on any of these pictures and it'll take you straight to the resource if you're interested. Okay. So mentor text for rainforest. I love doing rainforest during April. That is perfect. It's like a big umbrella. No pun intended, but a big umbrella of what you could do inside of rainforest. There's so many different things that you can do with rainforest. For example, inside of rainforest, you can talk about life cycles because they have the blue morpho butterfly. They have the red-eyed tree frog. You can do plants. You can talk about different kinds of plants because they have the different levels of the layers of the rainforest. You can talk about Earth Day. And you can also talk about endangered animals with rainforests. And then there's so many different parts of it that you can do for science. It is loaded with different things. So these are some of my favorite mentor texts that I love to read. And if you have one of your favorite mentor texts, will you comment and tell me which one you love to read for rainforest or life cycles or plants? And let us know which one's your favorite. I would love to know. So I like to read The Great Kapok Tree. That's one of my favorites. Who is the Beast? The Umbrella. The Rainforest Grew All Around. We're Roaming in the Rainforest. And then a lot of nonfiction stories are really awesome. The Helen Coucher Rainforest book is really good. And it's very dramatic at the end. And the kids are like, oh my gosh. And then Welcome to the Greenhouse by Jane Yolen is also really awesome. This is my theme center that I have for rainforest, which I'm actually going to be putting up today in my classroom. And so I have all these picture cards of all the endangered animals of the rainforest, like the spider monkey, the orangutan, the gorilla, the okapi, the sloth, the leopard, the lemur. And then I have on the top shelf, I have some life cycle plastic animals that I bought off of Amazon. So I have like the butterfly, I have the frog, I have the ladybug, I have the praying mantis. And then on the bottom, I have some trinkets they can look at, some stencils. I have a puzzle, different things that they can look at for the rainforest. And then I have like a model of a great kapok tree here. And then a basket of fruit that they can look at. So this is my theme center that I switch out every 2 to 3 weeks because I switch it out between science and social studies. Okay, so rainforest is really fun to do for April. And then I have some writing craftivities that I also have my kids write about the different layers of the rainforest. And then I use this as a persuasive writing where the kids can they can write about why should we save the rainforest. And so they do the pictures of the different animals and the different layers, and then they label them. And then if you can see on the pictures, I have the little photographs that I have them glue on here. So it adds an extra little something something to the project. And so this is what they look like in the hallway. So they're super cute. Here are the writing templates for the rainforest craftivity. The rainforest craftivity is also $1 today. It's in the flash sale, okay? So I have persuasive planning. You're going to write your argument and then give 3 reasons why we should save the rainforest, and then in conclusion. And then their final draft page they copy onto, or you can have them write a letter to the president or to, the principal or to the people of the world or whoever you want to have letters to. So to persuade them to try to save the rainforest. Another really cool thing you can do is a home project and create a rainforest diorama. And so this was when Kennedy was in my 1st grade class, and this is the diorama that we made together. So the diorama is like a 3D model of the different layers of the rainforest. And so you can show like the forest floor, the understory, the canopy, and then the emergent layers on the top. And so in this resource, which is also $1, I go through step by step on how to create one, how to paint it, what kind of boxes to use, how to put it together, and all those good things. So it's really fun if you want to make a really cool project. And then this project you could display in your hallway, or you could also display it in your library at school, which are super fun. And then I have this foldable that they can write about the different layers of the rainforest, then they can glue it on the side of the diorama. So super fun, super fun. So you can also do endangered animals. Like I said, underneath the rainforest umbrella, you can do endangered animals. This was a really fun unit. You can read Almost Gone, Endangered Animals, A to Z, Endangered Animals. It's My World 2, Don't Let Them Disappear, If Sharks Disappeared, The ABCs of Endangered Animals, and of course the Great Kapok Tree is super, super great for the endangered animals and persuasive writing. These are my lap books that I love to do with my kids. Lap books are so fun if you want a different way to present your projects. Like instead of doing a writing craftivity, you can make a lap book. So what I do is I order a box of folders off of Amazon, and you can get any color that you want to. There's red, there's green, there's yellow, there's purple, there's blue. And so you can get a box of different colors, and they pick a color, and then they create the cover showing their endangered animal. Okay, so I have all of this in the endangered animal research that you could win today if you're commenting. So keep those comments coming, okay? So they create the cover, and then all the templates that we do, for example, here are the templates. They're going to do the parts of the animal. They're going to color on the map of the continents. They're going to color which continent their animal is from. And then they're going to write different facts on their animal choice board here. Actually, they're going to pick 4 animals that they want to choose from, and then they choose one of those first. They could draw. They could write a persuasive argument about why we should save that animal. Here's a persuasive planning guide. And then over here I have my endangered animal research report. So they're going to draw a diagram. They're going to draw the habitat. They're going to write the statistics here, so they can write about the diet, the habitat, which continent does it live on. Does it have fur, feathers, or skin? Is it a reptile, mammal, bird, fish, or an insect? How long can it live, and who are its predators? So those are some templates, and then I just staple them inside of the lap book. And then I hang these in the hallway. They are super cute. All right, so moving on to mentor text for Easter. Tell me in the comments, what is your favorite mentor text that you love to read for Easter? I love The Easter Egg by Jan Brett. That's one of my favorites. I love How to Catch the Easter Bunny. I love Rachinka's Eggs. I love The Golden Egg Book. I love The Easter Bunny's Assistant. That is so cute, so funny. The Night Before Easter, 10 Easter Eggs, The Story of the Easter Bunny, and Happy Easter Peter. Those are some of my favorites. So this is my Easter writing center that I have in my room right now. And so at the top it says excellent writing. And then this is also $1 today in my flash sale. Okay, so you can click on the picture and it'll take you straight to the resource whenever I upload it later in the Facebook group. So I have all these little toppers. I have like Easter basket, chicks, Easter bunnies, and a lamb. And then I have all these different examples. So I have a shape book right here, which is an egg. So I have it stapled. So this is the cover, and then on the inside of the book is a story about an Easter egg. Then I have my Easter list, and then I have a card, Easter card. They can write each other a card. How to write a how-to story. So they're going to write how to catch the Easter bunny, or they can write how to dye an Easter egg. They can write a postcard about to their parents. They can write a sticker story. Sticker stories are super fun. And so for sticker stories, I have them pick 5 stickers, and they create a story about their stickers, which is fun. I have an Easter poem. They can write about a poem. And then they can write a letter to the Easter bunny here. So I have this clear organizer here with all the templates. And then I have a little bucket full of colored pens that they can use. And then in the drawers, I have Post-it notes that I have, like Easter Post-it notes. I have Easter stickers. And then I have the Easter cards at the bottom that they can use to write with. So this resource is also $1 in my flash sale today. Okay, this is my kitchen center for April. I love having a kitchen center. This is probably one of their favorite centers of all. So this is my procedural writing center where they write about how to make something. So the kitchen center is not just for play. They, of course, they make something and then they write about it, right? So they can write recipe pages over here. Here's the recipe pages. Here's ice cream. They can make ice cream. They can write about how to decorate an Easter basket and then how to decorate an Easter egg. Okay, so I have different Easter things over here, like little Easter eggs, little Easter bunnies, chicks, carrots they can use to decorate their Easter basket. Okay, so the kitchen center changes out every month. Oh, I also have cookie cutters right here at the top, and then they can use their cookie cutters and then they can write about how to decorate an Easter cookie. So that's really, really fun. So most of this stuff I got off of Amazon. These crates I got at Walmart. And then the tablecloths I also get at Walmart. I get the vinyl tablecloths because the vinyl ones tend to last longer than the paper ones. So I love to get the vinyl tablecloths for my classroom. All right, so Craftivities for Easter. This one right in the middle is one of my newest ones, which is also $1 today in the flash sale. So it is how to make an Easter basket. So it has first, then, next, and last. This is one of my newest ones. Super cute. If you're in the membership, this is also in the membership. All of these Easter activities are under April resources if you're in the membership. So you can go over there and you can have fun just scrolling through all the fun stuff that you have in there. This one up here is the Easter Bunny's assistant with the skunk and the rabbit. And this is how to dye Easter eggs. So they're going to write first, then, next, and last. And then I have how to catch an Easter bunny, my Easter chick. I want to be the Easter bunny. This is a persuasive writing. They're going to write an Easter bunny application. And then my Easter lamb. Okay, here's some templates, the writing templates that go with these craftivities. So over here it says, I wish if I were the Easter bunny, I would wish. And then they write 4 wishes. And then this one right here is how to dye Easter eggs, first, then, next, and last. This one's how to catch the Easter bunny. So they're going to write materials and supplies in the box at the top. And then they're going to write first, then, next, and last at the bottom. Here's the Easter bunny application, which is so fun. They're going to decorate an egg right here. And then it says, draw yourself as the Easter bunny. So in the box, they're going to draw themselves as the Easter bunny. Why should you be the next Easter bunny? And they're going to write about why. Are you good at hide and seek? Yes or no. Can you be quiet? Yes or no. Can you wiggle your nose? Yes or no. Do you like to travel the world? Yes or no. What is your favorite jelly bean flavor? And then, can you hop? Yes or no. So, really, really fun. And then down here is the Easter egg by Jan Brett. This is story elements, character setting, problem solution. So all of these templates are $1 deal today. Okay, so you can click on the pictures and it'll take you to the resource. All right, so in April, I don't know about you guys, but our scope and sequence calls for persuasive writing, okay? And so we have a lot of different read alouds, mentor texts that I love to use for persuasive writing. So the Easter Bunny's assistant is awesome. Hey Little Ant is good, is wonderful. What Pet Should I Get by Dr. Seuss. Why Should I Recycle? I Want a New Room. I Want an Iguana. I Want to Go Home. The Great K-Pop Tree. And What If Everybody Did That? So those are some great persuasive texts. If you have another persuasive text that you love to write for your persuasive writing, let us know. I would love to know. Get some new ideas. Okay, so these are my cards that I have in these resources for opinion sentence starters. I feel like kids need to have some kind of sentence starter to start with, right? So these are some things they can do. In my opinion, they can write that, or I believe, or I prefer, everyone should, I think, I feel, and the best thing about. And so I put these on my pocket chart, and we go over how to write a persuasive writing after I read the read aloud. And then we go over these different sentence starters, and then they write. So craftivities that I've already shared with you are I want to be the Easter Bunny. They're going to persuade their audience why they want to be the Easter Bunny, and then they're going to fill out their Easter Bunny application here, and then write why I want to be the Easter Bunny because, or you can have them do why can we save the rainforest, and then they're going to do the layers of the rainforest, and then they're going to write their argument at the top, reason number 1, reason number 2, reason number 3, and then their conclusion at the bottom, and then they're going to copy all of this onto their final draft. Okay. Oh, Jacqueline says, Duck Rabbit, another book for persuasive. Awesome. Awesome. Oh, thank you, Janina, for sharing the boot camp again. Yes, if you scroll up, if you want to get signed up on the boot camp for the wait list, if you'll scroll all the way up to the very, very top, and it says boot camp wait list in the comments, and you can sign up. Okay, thank you so much for doing that. And then also, if you want to, if you're interested in the flash sale, most of these craftivities or resources that I'm sharing with you today, they're all $1. Okay, so I have 30 plus resources for $1 today. So there's also a link in the comments. It's called flash sale. So click on the link and then it'll show you all the different resources. Okay. Okay, so this is writing craftivities for persuasive writing. And then I have perfect persuasion. So these are really, really fun. They're going to pick an insect. They can pick a butterfly, a bumblebee, a praying mantis, an ant. They're going to persuade somebody why they should be an ant or why they should not be. So then here in the bottom here, they can circle yes or no. Persuade someone why you should or should not be a bumblebee, yes or no. So then they can say, I prefer, or in my opinion, I believe that, and then they're going to illustrate a picture of themselves as that animal or that insect, okay? So here is the perfect persuasion, and then here's the final draft. They can copy from this part on their first draft to the final draft, okay? So this is something really fun you could do for Writer's Workshop, or even for Reader's Workshop if you want to do it during reading time. I've done it both ways, and both ways is awesome. You can also do it as an interactive notebook for Reader's Workshop. So this one is from Hey Little Ant, and it says, persuade someone whether you should or should not be an ant. And so this little boy circled no. Okay? And so he wrote, it will be hard to get food, it will be a hard life, and I will get stepped on. And then he drew a picture of himself as an ant with a crown, and then somebody's going to step on him. So that is so fun. And then I have a ladybug template. I have a dragonfly. I have a butterfly. And then I have an ant. So one author study that I love to do when I'm doing persuasive is also Eric Carle, because Eric Carle has the grouchy ladybug. He has the very hungry caterpillar and the dragonfly. So he has a lot of different insect books that you can read, and then they can persuade somebody whether they want to be that or not. All right, so moving on to plants. How to grow a seed. The reason for a flower. Eric Carle has the tiny seed. My Garden by Kevin Hinks. A tree is a plant. Zinnia's Flower Garden. Magic School Bus plants seeds. And then a lot of nonfiction stories are awesome for planting. Different learning about plants and flowers. And you can have the kids grow, you can have them grow a llama bean or a watermelon seed, or you can grow an avocado seed as a class seed, or grow a sweet potato in a jar, or you can have them plant sunflowers. I love doing sunflowers. That's one of my favorites because sunflowers, they tend to grow really fast. And so I do the window seed right here. I have this craftivity that is also, that's something that you could win today if you comment, because that is part of my How Does Your Garden Grow thematic unit. And so they have a seed journal that they write in. And so they have put their name where it says botanist, and then they draw a picture of a sunflower on the front of the seed journal. So every single day after they plant their seed, they are observing their seed as it grows, and then they're writing about it. They're writing a sentence about it, they're drawing a picture about it, and then they are labeling the parts. So as soon as they see the roots, they label the roots. As soon as they see the sprout, they label the sprout. As soon as they see the leaf, they label the leaf, okay? So you could have them put your little baggies of seeds on the window. I put cotton balls inside that have a little bit of water. You don't want to put too much water on the cotton balls because then it'll make the seed mold, okay? You just want to put just enough, just a tad, okay? Or you can have them plant the seeds inside of a cup with the soil and then watch them from there, which is great. Also, however, if you plant the seed in the window, you can really see the roots, okay? Because you can see through the bag. So it's whatever you want to do. You can also read Watermelon Day by Kathy Apelt, and then you can have them write how to grow a watermelon. So this would be a cute craftivity you can read there. This is How Does Your Garden Grow? If you want to have them do tops and bottoms, showing the different vegetables in the garden, that's really fun, and then label them. You can also read the story In the Tall, Tall Grass, and then they'd make a picture of the grass with the flowers and the different insects in the grass. And then they can write all about insects there too. So this is what the journal looks like when you open it up. This is also a $1 deal today on my flash sale. So this is From Seed to Sunflower is the title of the resource. And then, so like this is day 3. And then, so he writes a sentence about I think that I see a big sprout. And then he drew the cotton ball, he labeled it. He drew the stem, he labeled it. He drew the root, he labeled it. And then he drew the seed and he labeled it. So that's what they have to do every single day when they observe their seed. And some seeds don't grow, and that's okay. And if they don't grow, then I just have them look on somebody else's so they can write about it. All right, moving on to life cycles. So life cycles are really fun. So under rainforest, you could also do frog life cycles. You can do ladybug life cycles. You can do plant life cycles. And then you can do butterfly life cycles, okay? So From Tadpole to Frog is really, really awesome. From Egg to Chicken, Ladybugs by Gail Gibbons. From Caterpillar to Butterfly is awesome. And then The Tiny Seed by Eric Carle is awesome. And then Bumblebees. Lots of great mentor texts for life cycles. Okay, so all of these life cycles are all a $1 deal today. So I have the Praying Mantis. This is a lap book that you can have your kids make. This is another research. If you want to order praying mantises from Insect Lore, which is a company online, you can order praying mantises, or you can order butterflies, or you can order ladybugs, and then you can actually have them in your room in a terrarium, and then you can watch them grow, which is really fun. Or you can get tadpoles, and then you could have tadpoles in a terrarium and watch the tadpoles grow, which is awesome. I'm hoping I can get some tadpoles this year to have in my classroom. But these are my lap books. You can also grow chicks. You can have an incubator and have eggs and grow chickens. Hatch chicks in the classroom, and then have them make a lap book about chickens, all about chickens. Here is the ladybug life cycle. So they're going to make a ladybug. They're going to open the wings on the outside. On the inside of ladybug, it shows the life cycle. And then they're going to write about it. First, then, next, last. Here is the butterfly of the blue morpho butterfly right here. They're going to draw, they're going to color the different parts of the life cycle on the tummy of the butterfly, create the different wings, and then they're going to label the parts with the little antennas and the eyes. And then over here is the red-eyed tree frog. They can create a frog with the different parts of the life cycle and then make a tongue, make the eyes red, and the toes red. You can use those red circle dots stickers, okay? And then you can make accordion legs and accordion arms. That is super cute. These projects are super cute to hang in your hallway, super cute to hang in your classroom. So those are all $1 deals, okay? Mentor text for Earth Day. So Earth Day is, let me see, not February. Why am I thinking February? April the 22nd, okay? April 22nd is Earth Day. So I have a lot of Earth Day books that I love to read. So you could read The Earth book by Todd Parr, Earth Day Every Day, The Lorax, of course, by Dr. Seuss, Big Earth, Little Me, Why Should I Recycle, Recycle by Gail Gibbons. What does it mean to be green? Rally for recycling. And Earth Day Hooray. Those are some really fun Earth Day craftivities. My Earth Day craftivities are also a $1 deal today. Okay. So you can click on the pictures and it'll take you straight to the resources later. And then I have We Love Our Earth. Our one on Earth Day, I pledge 2. And then I Can Help the Earth By. So these are some craftivities that are in the Earth Day resource. And the different toppers that you can choose from. There's all different kinds of toppers from the earth and recycling and hearts and all different kinds of things that you can choose from for your topper. And then for the Lorax, you can make a Lorax really easily by making getting popsicle sticks, the colored popsicle sticks, and then glue them on a background. And then use the pom-poms as the Lorax trees at the top. And then I just had them make a Lorax, and then they wrote, unless someone like you cares a whole awful lot, it's not going to get better. It's not. So they write the part of the story that has the unless part, and then they write about why they need to protect the earth inside the speech bubble. So that's a really fun project too. And then these Lorax trees are super easy. You just need popsicle sticks and pom-poms. So this is part of my recycling project that I use for project-based learning. And this is called Paper, Plastic, or Metal. And so in the past, I've done a project-based learning, which is PBL, project in April that's all about recycling. And it's a really great unit to do with your kids so they can actually make something. They bring all these different recycling products from home. They can bring egg cartons, they can bring toilet paper rolls, they can bring glass, they can bring aluminum foil or glass jars or water bottles or whatever, newspapers, boxes, whatever. And then they're going to create something that they can use in nature. So like a bird feeder or a birdhouse or something like that. But they can be creative and they can make whatever they want to. So the materials that they can bring, they're going to draw material number 1, material number 2, 3, and 4. And then they're going to write a list. We're going to learn about paper, plastic, metal. And then they're going to make a list of paper, plastic, and metal things. And then this is a poem that I do for my focus poetry. I have Fun Friday on Fridays. And part of my Fun Friday is when we do focus poetry. So this is we recycle poem that they can glue into their focus poem notebook. And then also we go into the animal habitats also, which is the endangered animals. And so we talk about the habitats, the animals, the climate, the bodies of water. And then my habitat is, so we talk about different habitats. So this is what my kids did with their recycled products. So the first day, they brought all their products. Of course, I had a letter that went home to the parents, and they brought in all their recycling products, and I had some also. So they're going to draw a design. They meet with their groups, so I put them in different table groups, and then they decide what are they going to design, what are they going to create. They have to look at all their products, and they have to decide which kind of recycling project can we construct here. So then they're going to draw a picture right here where it says design. And then they're going to write the steps that they're going to create their products. So first, then next, and last. So it's a little bit of procedural writing right here. And then over here, this is what they did for the materials. They drew the different materials that they used for their design. So this project could take them 2 to 3 weeks to do. Okay. Oh, we're going to pick a second winner. Yay! All right. So I'm going to pick, let's see, Jacqueline Zapolik. Yay, Jacqueline. Thank you for commenting about either duck and rabbit. That's a great idea. Jacqueline Zapolik. Congratulations, Jill and Jacqueline. Y'all are my 2 winners so far. So you can tell me in the comments which free resource that you would like. I have the recycling resource, which is what if everybody did that, or I have the thematic unit for rainforest, or the thematic unit for plants, or the endangered animal research and writing. So you can comment and tell me which one you'd like, and I'll send it to you via Messenger. All right, we're going to move on to math activities for April, okay? So if you love to do projects for math, which I do, I love to do projects. You can do projects at your teacher table. So if you're doing math workshop and you're doing rotations, which I do, part of my rotations are my teacher table. So I love to do different craftivities in my room for math. And so I do insect measuring. So one of the things I love to do is they create, we read in the tall, tall grass, and then we make some grass right here. And I show them how to cut the strips in the paper so they make the grass. And then they're going to create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. They're going to make 5 insects. They're going to create 5 insects of all different sizes. And then they're going to put the insects in order from least to greatest. Okay? And then they're going to measure with their snap cubes. They're going to measure how long their insect is. They're going to record the information. So over here, I have this page that says, we're bugging out. And it says bug number 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. They're going to write how many cubes they measured for each insect that they drew on their page here. Okay? Then they can also write a story problem about their insects, and then they can write a number sentence at the bottom. So that's something that I love to do in April. It's really, really fun. Like if you have extra time, let's say that you finished your unit, and then you have extra time in your math day that you can do some extra things. Okay. I already did measuring back in January, but I love to review what measuring is. I love to review fractions. I love to review money. So anytime that I have extra time and I want to pull in some more different projects of things that we've already done, but in a different way, this is perfect. Okay. So I have a resource that is all about the thematic unit for insects. So you can click on this picture and then it'll take you straight to the resource, right? Okay. Another fun thing you can do is fractions. So if you read The Very Hungry Caterpillar, you can have your kids make a caterpillar with circles, okay? So you can give them 3 or 4 different colors, and then you can have them make a caterpillar and then draw the legs and then make googly eyes and the little antennas. And then they're going to say, my fraction pillar. Now, this is not my idea. I got this from Kara Carroll, who's from the first grade parade. I love her. And then they're going to write how many of these circles are green. Okay, so I put 3 out of 8 circles are green, 2 out of 8 circles are pink, 2 out of 8 circles are yellow, 1 out of 8 circles are orange. Okay, so you can have them make that. Or you can have them make a gumball machine. Gumball machines are super fun. Have them do a gumball machine and then write fractions about the colors of gumballs that are inside the machine. 2 out of 12 gumballs are red. 3 out of 12 gumballs are blue, and so on. And then you can also do a fraction pizza. You can have them make a pizza. You can read The Little Red Hen Makes a Pizza. And then you could have them divide their pizza into halves or fourths. And then you can write about it. I divided my pizza into fourths. I shared it with, and then they're going to write their friends who they shared it with. So a lot of fun things you can do for math if you have extra time. Or you could save these for the very end of the year whenever you have more time. Another thing you can have them do for Easter is you can have them play bump. I love bump. Now, bump is something that you can teach them one time, and then you can have them play it all year long. So I have this bump activity in my TPT store. It's also in the membership, and it's bump for the whole year. It has different templates all for every month and holiday. So these are the Easter ones. And so the way you play bump is that you get 10 snap cubes of the same color. You have to have a partner with you. So it has 2 players. You have to have double dice, or you can have 2 dice is fine. And so you're going to roll the dice and add the dice together. Whatever the sum is, you're going to have them land on the number. So let's say they roll 3 plus 3. So they're going to put their snap cube on a 6, right? If they roll a 6 the next time, they're going to stack their cube on the 6. That means their partner cannot bump them off. However, if their partner also rolls a 6, and if they only have 1 cube on the 6, their partner can bump them off the 6, and their partner gets their cube. So whoever uses up all their cubes first wins. And then the free space right here is for the 11 and 12. Okay, so bump is really fun. You can teach them how to do it for the whole year and then just switch out the templates, and then you can switch out the snap cubes for different colors of the month and holidays. Okay. This one is also really cute. You can have the Easter eggs with addition sentences, and then have the Easter egg carton, the container here, and then inside of the Easter egg carton you can write the sums of the answers. So they're going to match the Easter egg with the sum. That's really fun. They love to do that too. And then you can have a template that they write them on. So let's see. Janina says, the pizza is so cute. We already read the story, The Little Red Hen Makes a Pizza. I need to do that one. Oh, yeah. So Janina, if you want to do the pizza one, it is check the math module in the membership, and it should be in there. And if you cannot find it, let me know and I'll search it for you. All right, then I have these addition, subtraction, math mats in my membership also, if you're in there, and this is under the math module. So these are math mats you can use for any month and holiday. Now, I love doing these math mats, and you can put them in, you can teach them in at your teacher table, and then you can move them into your math tubs. So what you're going to do is give them a math mat. I have addition and subtraction, or I have three-digit add-ins addition also. And then you're going to give them these plastic animals. They're going to make a story problem. So you could give them plastic insects right here, and then they make a story problem. They're going to orally tell you about it. They can also write about it, and then they're going to write the number sentence at the bottom. Okay? You can use bunny erasers. You can use Easter egg erasers. You can use bug erasers, jelly beans, plastic bugs, jewels, whatever you have on hand. My kids love to use those plastic animals. They love those. They also love the erasers. Okay? Okay, so if you are interested in sticking around and interested in learning more about my membership, then you are in luck. So, do planning lessons give you night sweats? Are you tired of staying up late on the evenings and staying on the weekends for your classroom? How much time do you spend a week on lesson plans? I would like to know in the comments. Tell me how many hours you spend on lesson plans a week. I would like to know. So if you spend more than an hour of lesson plans, I can be your saving grace. So what if I told you that all your lesson plans, materials, anchor charts, interactive notebooks were already made for you? All you had to do was print them out. And I've already got all of them made for you in my membership. Okay? If you would like to get free lesson plans for Rainforest, some of the lesson plans that I just shared with you, the resources I have put into free lesson plans. And this coming week, I'm going to give you guys a link in the Facebook group that you can sign up on my email list to get these free lesson plans. If you're in the membership, these are already in the April resources. Okay? So I'm going to let you watch a video real quick. This is a sneak peek of what you're going to be getting for the free lesson plans all about Rainforest. Okay? Hey, fabulous teachers. This is Kara Rickman from Create Your Balance with Literacy. Are you ready to learn about Rainforest with free cross-curricular lesson plans with easy prep? These lesson plans include objectives, suggested mentor text, anchor charts, skill cards, interactive notebooks, and writing craftivities. For Reader's Workshop, the objective is I can identify and describe the author's purpose for persuasive. For Writer's Workshop, the objective is I can write a persuasive story about why we should save the rainforest. For Focus Poetry, the objective is I can visualize and create a mental image for my poem. For Math Workshop, the objective is I can compare numbers that are greater than or less than or equal to. And for Science, the objective is I can create a rainforest habitat by showing the different layers. All of this could be yours if you click the link to sign up on my email list. You can get your free lesson plans immediately with no prep. Let's take your classroom to the next level. Until next time, bye-bye. Okay, so I'm going to share with you which lesson plans you're going to get for free. And this is going to be on my email list. So be watching for a link this coming week, okay? So for reading is I can identify and describe the author's purpose. You're going to read The Great Cake Pop Tree. And then you're going to have them do an interactive notebook with the Great Kapok Tree. You also get an anchor chart for free here. and you get an interactive notebook for free. And then for Writer's Workshop, I can write a persuasive story about saving the rainforest. So here's the writing craftivity that I shared with you today. And you can have them make their craftivity and then write about persuasive text. So it has a skill card that's already in there for you. It has the writing template, and it has the template for the rainforest animals in there also. For poetry, it says I can visualize and create a mental image for my poem. You're going to get the poem Animal Stalking, and then the anchor chart for visualizing. And then here's an example of my focus poetry notebook that you can have them do. The picture is on the right and the poem is on the left. And then they can highlight certain words in the poem, like nouns, verbs, adjectives, any kind of grammar that you're going over. For math, it's I can compare numbers that are greater than, less than, or equal to. So then you're going to have them, you're going to read more or less, a rainforest counting book. And then you're going to give them some dice. They're going to roll the dice, and then they're going to practice with the alligator sign, comparing numbers, and then put the numbers on either side with their math, comparing numbers for their math notebook. And then for science, you can have them, it says I can create a rainforest habitat by showing the different layers. So again, this is part of the rainforest habitat. How can we save the rainforest? They can write about it during writing time, and then during science time, they can create the picture. They can create the craftivity. And then you also get a rainforest habitat skill card. So those are my free lesson plans. I'm going to give you those this coming week in the Facebook group. Or you can skip the freebies and go all in. You could have all of these engaging lessons already laid out for you in my membership. My membership is called Cross-Curricular Connections. And then I'm going to have you listen to a quick little video that shares with you all about what you're going to get in the lesson plans. Now, if you sign up for my membership today, you can pick a free mentor text, and then I can send it to you through Amazon. So any of these mentor texts that I have right here, Rainforest, the Great Kapok Tree, Nature's Green Umbrella, more or less, these are from the lesson plans I just showed you. You could get one of these for free if you sign up today. So these are 48 lessons for the whole Rainforest thematic unit. Hey, fabulous teachers. This is Kara Rickman from Create Your Balance with Literacy. Let's learn all about rainforests with exclusive cross-curricular lesson plans. These lesson plans include objectives, suggested mentor text, anchor charts, skill cards, interactive notebooks, and writing craftivities. For Reader's Workshop, the objectives are identifying and describing the author's purpose with persuasion. For Writer's Workshop, the objectives are I can write a persuasive story using persuasive sentence starters. For Math Workshop, the objectives are comparing numbers that are greater than, less than, or equal to. And for Science, the objective is I can identify and describe a rainforest habitat. All this can be yours if you click the link to join my Cross-Curricular Connections membership to get your exclusive lesson plans. Let's take your classroom to the next level. Bye-bye. Okay, so what is the cost? So the level 1, I have 2 different levels. Now before I tell you all this, I'm going to share with you something really awesome, okay? Here's the good news. If you sign up today, you get my membership for $1 for a whole week. Wow, that is a steal. You get $1 for a whole week. That means you can have a trial run. So if you're not quite sure about the membership, that is okay. That is okay. So you can get it for a whole week. You can look at it. You can say yay or nay. And then after 7 days, if you're not satisfied, then you do not feel obligated. Do not feel obligated to buy it. You can cancel it at any time that you want to. So I'm going to put a link in the comments right here that you guys can look at, okay? So it's called membership link, and it's a Kajabi link if you're interested in looking at it. So you get $1 for 1 week. And after 1 week, guys, if you do not want it, that is fine. You can cancel. No strings attached, I promise, okay? So level 1 is $20 a month. You get unlimited access to all of my TPT products. I have 400 plus resources for my TPT store, plus new ones created each month, okay? And then you have webinars, plus new ones added each month, because my webinars in my Facebook group, they only last for 30 days, okay? After that, they go into my membership, so you have them forever. You can watch them at any time that you want to. You have YouTube videos of me teaching, plus you have videos of my kids doing Writer's Workshop and Math Stations and Fahrenheit Friday. You have exclusive lesson plans. The lesson plans that I just shared with you from the video are also in the membership, and you cannot get those lesson plans anywhere else. I do not have them on my TPT store. They're only in my membership. And then, of course, my podcast is also linked in there, so you can listen to any of my podcast episodes. Okay? Level 2 is $25 a month. You get unlimited access to everything in my TPT store, plus the webinars, plus the YouTube videos, plus exclusive lesson plans. You also have 3 courses. The courses are Math Workshop, Writer's Workshop, and Empowering Connection, which is the back to school course. Okay? You also have one-to-one coaching calls with me as needed. So if you have the level 2, you get to have an exclusive coaching call with me each month. And so the coaching calls I've given so far have been about my focus poetry, how I do that, my Fahrenheit Friday, how I do that, and my Reader's Workshop, how I do that. Lots of different things that I can share with you that you don't get in the Facebook group. Okay, so you have a community in the Kajabi that you can ask questions for me. We can collaborate. And then especially during the coaching calls from each month. I really enjoy having coaching calls with my members, which is really awesome because we can share things. We can celebrate good things in your classroom. And then you guys can share with me all of the good things that are happening. Okay. So here's some courses that I have in level 2, from Scribbles to Stories, which is how to launch Writer's Workshop from day 1. And then Math Workshop, how to launch Math Workshop from day 1. And then my level 2 coaching calls are each month. So April the 20th is going to be my next coaching call at 2 o'clock. So Janina and Debbie, if y'all are watching, y'all can sign up. You can remember that, put that on your calendar. Okay. Now in the membership, something that you cannot get anywhere else is my anchor charts. You have all of these anchor charts that I've ever made. They're already made for you. And all you got to do is print them out, guys. They're already made for you. You can use them on your document camera. You can use them, put them on your smartboard. You can make them from your poster maker at school. You can shrink these down and have the kids glue them into their notebooks for a resource, for a tool to have forever. So these are the 30 different anchor charts for reading. These are just some of them. Story elements, cause and effect, synthesis, synonyms, visualizing, point of view. And then 21 anchor charts for writing that include nouns, adjectives, onomatopoeias, adverbs, labels, what can we write about? These are just some of them. But there is no other membership that has specifically written anchor charts except for very few people have these in their membership. 30 anchor charts for math. You have all the different times, and you have the story of 10, place value, graphing, odd, Todd, even, Steven, all the different coins, fractions. I mean, you name it, it's in there. And then 37 anchor charts for science. What is a scientist? You have the soil layers, the water cycle, plant life cycle, 3 kinds of matter. And you have what the earth is, the moon, the planets, the stars. I mean, you name it, it's in there for science. 37 of them. And then 25 anchor charts for social studies. Like, what is a community? Me on the map. Who was Abraham Lincoln? Who was Martin Luther King Jr.? The continents, and then you have voting. You have what is a community, being a good citizen, Johnny Appleseed, all those different ones. So these are some teacher testimonials that I'm going to read to you from 2 of my members. The first one is from Jelaine. She says, "This membership is amazing. We are only in the 12th day of school, and I've used 4 writing, 3 reading, and 5 cross-curricular resources. So helpful. I started with membership level 1, and within the first week, I switched to level 2. So Jelaine is one of my members for level 2. Janina is also a membership level 2. She's here today. She says, the membership is fabulous. It is a must for any teacher. I used this for my first 10 days of school. It was amazing. It was all done for me stress-free. So thank you, ladies, so much for that feedback. That is fabulous. Okay, so like I said, in the comments, if you scroll to the membership link and then you can sign up for only $1, that's a steal. Only $1 for today for a whole week. So if you need PD credit for today, you can message me on Facebook Messenger and let me know if you want a 1-hour PD credit. I am CPE certified, so I will give you a certificate for today for watching, okay? And that would be fabulous. And so if you have any questions about today's webinar, please let me know. You can post a question in our Facebook group. That would be amazing, okay? I would love for you to post questions for me in the Facebook group. We need to get some more engagement going on in our Facebook group. And I love when you guys ask questions, okay? Anything I showed you today is going to be on the flash sale. And so you can look at the link in the comments for the flash sale. I have 30 plus resources that are $1. You can look at the flash sale. Sign up on my wait list for my boot camp. I can't wait to share with you what that's going to be. We're going to be talking more about the boot camp next month and the month after. Okay, so just keep looking for those emails, looking for the post in the Facebook group. Also, I'm going to be posting the link for the free lesson plans for the Rainforest thematic unit. Okay, so you can sign up for that on my email list. So many fun things to sign up for. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. And then I'm also going to be choosing a third winner today. Okay. So let's see, there was another person on here that I was going to, okay, Lomar MD. Lomar, if you're still here, Lomar, then you're going to get one of those free resources. Okay, so today's winners were Jill and Jacqueline and Lomar. Okay, congratulations, ladies. I'm so happy for you. Let me know in the comments which resources you would like, and I will send them to you via Messenger. So thank you so much for joining me today. You guys are always showing up for me, and I really appreciate you so much. If you have any questions, let me know. Please share our Facebook group with your teacher friends, your teammates. I know they would love for you to add them to our Facebook group, so please do that. And I hope you guys have a great week. It's going to be April already on Tuesday. I can't believe it. So until next time, let's take your classroom to the next level. Love you guys. I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.